So stress and trauma will manifest into illness. And when you go through something traumatic or you're in a stressful situation, whether it's a one-time event or a lifetime of stress, you become reactive. You shift your habits and behaviors so you can react and also adapt to the stress and the trauma or whatever's taking place around you. And when you adapting means you're consistent in those behaviors and those reactive habits that don't necessarily serve you, but they help you feel like you're surviving. They put you in like a fight or flight pattern. That's where the illness starts to manifest physically in your body. So when it comes to healing, you have to break and reverse all those habits and behaviors. But the trick is they now feel normal to you. They feel like a natural everyday lifestyle. And some things that are habits, you don't even realize you're doing them because they've become ingrained in your energy, in your personality. It's like they're a part of you. So it's almost like you have to step back and look at yourself from another set of eyes to see what habits and behaviors are no longer helping you, because they're just recycling that toxic, unhealthy energy, as that energy is also suppressed physically in your body and manifesting into illness. So how do you break those habits? Like, how do you know what habits to break and what habits are still serving you? Now, the way to start in this is to put your attention on what you do have. Don't put your attention to lack, because the things you don't have, such as, I'm just going to use money as an example. When you know you don't have money, you don't have to look at it because you know you don't have it. And even if your checking account or whatever it is, wherever you keep your money is empty, look at it as space for money to come to it. And whatever money is in there or whatever you do have, send gratitude to that and focus on what you do have, because when you focus on what you have, more will come to you. If you focus on what you don't have, less will come to you, and you will continue to have less, and you'll keep chasing that empty space. So I'll use myself as an example because this video isn't brought to you by a huge debt that just came to me attached to my house. Woohoo! Owning a home is so great. But for real, a very unexpected, very expensive, wonderful event came to me through my home. My norm and how I roll would be to write that down and write down every single thing that I owe money to. And I would have freaked out. I would have started worrying about charging my credit card. Do I take out a loan? And I would have panicked. Oh my God, how am I going to pay this off? But instead what I did is I went, okay, I get it. I'm going to owe this money. Well, here we go. And I wrote down what I do have. I didn't even give any attention to it. I wrote down what I have in my checking account. I wrote down a little bit that I have in my savings account. I wrote down my business projection for the book that I'm publishing. I have a book coming out at the end of the month, hopefully the end of the month, early November. I wrote down my business projection for that. And I wrote down my business projection for my business for 2025. And I immediately started putting all of my focus and all my momentum towards the money that I do have. And that's making space to pay off this debt. Magic happened when I did that. And what's so amazing about this is by writing down everything that I do have, it shifted my mindset away from fear, and I came up with a way to pay off this debt by writing a check. And because I didn't panic and because I didn't put all my attention to not having the money to pay it off, it shifted my perception into a sense of positivity. And by writing down what I have without even thinking about it, a resolution came to me. So when you have situations come to you that are unexpected, and if you can react without fear and allow yourself to process through emotions or whatnot as things come to you, but when you remove emotion and you focus on what you have, regardless of how much or how little you have, focus on what you have and don't see it as more or less. Just see it as a knowing of having something. It shifts your perception, and it will allow you to see where the solution is. That's how you break your behaviors. You focus on what you have, and you allow that solution to come to you through the perception of how you're allowing yourself to see your situation. That'll change your life.